Kemper Profiler, Tones and Talks. Hello everybody. Season number 6 and the first episode, and this season is going to be about some new stuff. Mr. Thomas Dill is here. That's not new, but he has always new stuff for us. So hi Thomas.
I'm new. I think I have a new operating system inside.
Okay. Wonderful.
Did some update.
Wonderful. Today it's going to be about the Profiler player.
Yes.
And this is a part of a bigger thing with, some upgraded devices from the Kemper Profiler family. And with this upgrade to the devices comes, of course, some new capabilities. And with all you guys who have the Profiler player, this player is already ready for the new stuff. So you will get, with the new software release, some new functionality. And that's going to be what we are going to talk about today.
And we need to mention that it's not an upgrade where you have to pay for. It's an update, which is for free.
It is for free.
Yes.
Today we're talking about free stuff that's coming for the Profiler player, or maybe is already there as of today in public beta. So today you're going to learn about what that about, and let's just dive into this. Where should we begin?
We should begin at this one.
Yeah. So
this is the player. It's the normal player. My player has level 1, so no upgrade on that. And yes, we like to show you now the different new stuff, which I will focus today on the effects, because the signal chain is now larger for the Profiler player, for all the profilers, the new profilers. Don't forget to mention that. So, but we focus on the player.
yeah, yes, indeed.
Okay, so let's dive in. Checking the keynote, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Some stuff. Where is the keynote? Here's the keynote.
Tum, 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 tum,
Dun,
tum,
dun,
tum,
dun,
tum.
dun.
Ah, there it is.
This new signal chain, this new effects, or this larger signal chain is available for all the Profiler players at all levels, and for the new Profiler series. We come to that later. It's the operating system 13. And this is the signal chain for the new profilers and for player level 3 with all the effects. So we have something called fixed effects before module A, these here. Then we have the flexible effects that you all know, A, B, C, D, where you can put in any effects that you want. Then here we have the stack. Then we have X, mod, delay, and reverb. So these are also flexible effects where you can place each effect that you want. So you don't need to place a delay in the delay. You can place an overdrive in the delay module. So 8 flexible effect modules. And then we have these two here. These are also fixed effects. So that means there are specific effects in these modules. This is a chorus, this is a double tracker. So let's take a look at the Profiler level 1 and level 2. We have the same amount of fixed effects in front of module A, and we have also 2 fixed effects before the delay module, but we don't have the module C and D, and we don't have X and mod. So here are a little bit less flexible effect modules. So the fixed effects pre, I call that the fixed effect pre because they are in front of the stack or pre-stack or pre-module A. For the new Profiler series and player level 3 are these one here. So you can see this one is a input noise gate, the old input noise gate, so it's not darkened here. And this is the volume pedal, which is set in front of at the input location. You can place it somewhere else. But these one here, the darker ones, these are the new fixed effects. So we're starting with the transpose effect, which is not really new because we had the transpose effect in the rig menu, but now it's coming to the fixed effects menu, and this is a very great thing because now you can switch it on and off, this transpose effect, which you can't when it was in the rig menu. Next one is a noise gate. A new noise gate. I will show you that one later, which has two controls and is more suited for high gain settings. Then a compressor, the fixed compressor. Then a pure booster, a wah pedal, and the vintage chorus. These are the ones in front of module A. Then for the player, they are the same, just with less flexible modules. Then we have the fixed effects post, as I call them. So post stack or pre-delay. They are placed here in the new profiler series and player level 3. We have an air chorus and the double tracker. And the same is for player level 1 and level 2. And now it's for the player level 1, level 2, it's placed behind the stack. So this is all about the new effects. Now let's take a look at the rig manager. And the great thing with the rig manager is you don't have that large signal chain. All the fixed effects are combined in two different separate modules. So taking the look at the rig manager. Here we are. So this is how it looks like. Oops. So we have, this is my profiler player signal chain. You can see module A, module B, module delay, module reverb. Here's nothing, single delay prepared, and a spring reverb. And here we have the both fixed effects modules. 6 fixed effects in front of the stack, in front of module A. And here is transpose, the noise gate, compressor, pure booster, the wah, and the vintage chorus. So starting with all those, the transpose has only one control, as always, just the pitch. Turning down for 2 half steps. That one. And if it's turned on and pitch is to 0, it's the same as turned off. So next thing is the noise gate. I will go to another rig where you can really hear how the noise gate works. So this is the noise, and this is the noise gate turned on with the threshold at 0. It's turned off. And here we are, no noise. Noise gate is really working. And new is the decay control. So if you have it set to maximum, then the noise gate starts working a little bit later. You can hear it. With minimum, it's really fast. So very good for high gain settings, for riffing, fast riffing, this setting with decay at a lower level. Then the compressor, and the controls here for the compressor is just easy. It's just one control, threshold. Oh, another rig. So here's the compressor with a clean sound. So this, we had that last time, snappiness.
There you are.
Very fine and easy to use with just one control. The pure booster. We know it. Combined with the compressor. So these are two things. It's very great to have compressor and pure booster are really effects that I use very often, and you don't lose two modules for them. So you have them available. This is absolutely fantastic. Another thing, the wah pedal. So here a simple wah pedal. It's the Crybaby preset that they have integrated in that one. This is something I use very often, and you just have the mode, bypass at stop, bypass at heel, bypass at toe or on. So now you have the wah pedal available and you don't lose an FX module. Next thing, vintage chorus, very fine. I'm in morphing mode. With rate and depth. And the mix control to control the mix level of the chorus. All these effects are in mono because they are in front of module A or in front of the stack. And as we know, we use the vintage chorus in mono, and we thought that sounds pretty good when we compared it to the CE1. So you have this also available. Then going to the fixed effects behind the stack or before the delay module. They are here, fixed effects here. And then we have an air chorus, a lighter chorus. And with the mix level at 50%, you get close to the analog chorus. So it's like the CE1 chorus control. It only has one control for the chorus effect on the CE1. And then the double tracker, I will show you the double tracker with the high gain setting. Looseness is how far the track or the timing is from those created two guitars. So now it's pretty close. Then it's pretty loose. So those are the new effects. So you don't need to take some very important effect modules for those, as I would say, normal effects like compressor, like wah. So you have really much more options. Tom, do you have something to add at first before I go further?
Not so much, because you are pretty complete, and basically that's about it. The idea was to have exactly what you said. I called it, and most of the people in the company didn't like it, the bread and butter stuff, because when you do the essentials for, and we had this in the last episodes very often, when you use the compressor and the pure booster to dial in your tone with your volume knob and your various playing styles, you have already two slots occupied. And if you have the player on level 1, then you're sort of, there you are. Then you have only the choice to put some modulation stuff behind the amp. And if you want to have basically a chorus that has also a little bit of the grit of the distortion of the amp, then you're stuck. And now for all the player people, it's pretty convenient, and also, of course, for everybody else with the bigger units, the new series that's ready to go these days as well. You have you can get this out of the way. So your essential pedal board with your wah, your booster, your compressor, and the chorus, and maybe a noise gate is at the very, very front. And then you have the 2 slots, or with bigger units, 4 slots for some special stuff, special overdrives and weird shapers and modulation, whatever you're crazy about, to become really to have a very opulent effect loaden rig. Plus, then also the essential stereo things are out of the way as well. So if you want to go crazy with some special reverbs and some special sound design things, you're good with the player on level 1 already. And even more good, even better, with all the other devices. For example, with the stage, you have 4 slots before the stack, 4 afterwards, plus the additional 2 stereo effects, plus the bread and butter stuff out of the way in the front, and you can switch all this. That's really cool, and all the options. Maybe we will look at this in the next point a little bit more intensive and more in detail, because it's a lot you can do now then, and that's pretty cool. So. Yeah, that's the idea, and also referring again back to the last episode with the compressor and the booster and your tone knob. It's incredible how many what you call it, details you can control with your tone, depending on the amount of distortion you're using with the amplifier. And Am I correct? Do you agree?
Yes. So for me, in practical thinking, is many people use a compressor in a smooth. I would say smooth setup, just to even out the dynamics a little bit. So there's one module that you need in front of the stack. I mostly use a wah pedal, just prepared. The next one, then the pure booster, number 3. So if you like to have a fuzz or another overdrive, yeah, you're done. So this helps creating rigs with a larger amount of effects, and you don't have to copy another rig. So this is something I'm kind of that pedalboard guy. So I really, or it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm both. I really like to have preset sounds, but sometimes I like to have the option when I think in a middle 8 part or in a solo part, oh, now it would be nice to have a fuzz. Okay, then kick in the fuzz. But when you have all these things set up so that you say, okay, basic things, 3 things, wah pedal, compressor, and pure booster, I like to have always to have the option of that, and the compressor as a always on pedal. Then when I like to go to the fuzz, oh no, it's just the rig. I have just called up the rig with the overdrive, so I need to go to another rig. And now I can have these behind the curtain, the 3 ones, and then have an overdrive, the clone overdrive, the tube screamer overdrive, maybe a phaser in front of the stack, and a fuzz. So I have all the options now. So some people might think, okay, hey, you have 8 modules, 8 flexible effect modules. Yes, but you can fill them, and you can fill them a little bit more. And it's not about having all modules turned on. It's just having this flexibility. And that starts with a player at level 1, which is really now great. It's a great machine then with much effects. I will show you in the next episode some different effect sounds that I created, and how I would use that on stage, and switching options and all that stuff. And but also with the big units, so with the 8 flexible effect modules plus these fixed effects, it's really absolutely fantastic to have that prepared, and you can switch all that stuff. Tom, should we take a look about the switching things?
Yeah, just
Do you have something to add?
no, to give an overview. That's cool. And what I just something came to my mind. Okay, because also when you have your rigs dialed in with all your effects and the effect slots are full and stuff like that happens. I don't know. You've prepared some things for Les Paul or a humbucker guitar, and then suddenly whatever happens, and you stand there because the original one is broken and somebody hands you a Dun Electro with lipstick pickups. So you would have to get in and adjust the gain situation and whatever. Now you can just open the fixed effects and add some compressor and a little bit of booster to get this weak lipstick pickups more to the sustain and volume level of your humbucker guitar, and that's it. You don't have to change your original in long days readily designed effect set.
And so don't forget to turn on the noise gate.
Yes.
Lipstick pickups.
Yeah, of course. And that's and that's the thing I forget. This noise gate internally has a name. I don't know if this will show to the public at some point, but we call it Palm Choke or Palm Ninja.
Okay.
Because especially for metal stuff as well, it's really cool, because if you do palm mutes, with a fast decay, it really chokes the tone, and that's a new feature, because that's not possible with the formerly included noise gate solutions there. So that's the point, and that's what I wanted to add. But please go on.
Okay,
for
now
the switching.
the switching options. Going back to the rig manager. Here we are. Okay, so when you are in the fixed effects in both modules, you see FX1, FX2. This is for the profiler player. And these are the two FX buttons on the profiler player and the controls. I will show you them going to player. Here we are. Okay, so here are FX1 and FX2 buttons and the controls. And if you press the control, you have a second function that you can control. So these are, I recommend to use some effects that you like to adjust on the player immediately to assign them to FX1 and FX2. So going back to the rig manager. So let's say it's totally easy. Going to FX1 Assign. And then you see fixed transpose, fixed noise gate, fixed compressor, and all this stuff. Here we are. You can module A, module B, fixed air chorus, fixed double tracker. So let's say the compressor. And then let's say the vintage chorus. Here we are. So I press FX1 on the player. The compressor is turned on. Now I can control the threshold with my control from the profiler player. Turning that off. The vintage chorus, depth. When I press the control, then I can adjust the rate parameter. So this is something really nice to have if you like to have some quick access to some parameters or turning effects on and off. This is one thing, and you just can do one effect with one control, with one FX1 or FX2 assign. The other thing is, in the rig menu, you can see function assignment for the effect switches 1, 2, and 3. And here you are. You can also do some fixed transpose and adjust them or assign them to the FS1 up to 4 switches, and you can turn them on. So I have this here prepared. So module A on and off, module B on and off, and the module delay on and off. And in my system settings, I have foot switch 1 for effect button 1, foot switch 2, effect button 2, and then effect button 3. And here we are, turning here the green screen on, the muffin, and the single delay. So you are really very variable on those effect switchings. Here we are again. These are the settings. So when you have the factory settings, there's only one. This is rig previous, this is rig next, and this is foot switch or effect button 1. So you can adjust one to the effect button 1 if you want to switch the rigs, rig previous next. I do that with the MIDI switcher, so I have full freedom to switch effects on and off on the player. So this is the setup. So you can really do a lot, and you can really customize everything like you want. So if you like to switch effects only on the player, or switch rigs only on the player, you can do that. If you like to switch effects with external controls, you can do that. So it's just up to you how you want to use that. Okay, this is the first basic stuff about the fixed effects. We get really a little bit closer in all this setup and how I recommend to use that. I have some examples prepared for the next episode, but I would wrap it up on that with all the information about the fixed effects. Do you have something to add, Tom?
No, just that I think it's really, really, it's great that it happened and that the company listened to, hey, for the bread and butter stuff, the essential tone, no, for the advanced tone shaping stuff, not just using effects, but to really get the, the compression and the sustain and all these things dialed in, which is the advanced pro stuff, that's where the artistry begins when you are thinking about the nuances of your tone, and that this now is reflected by adding these tools for that to give you some space for the other effects, the effects, but that the tone shaping is now in a dedicated place and additionally available. That's what I think is really unique, because I think there are so many devices that have a lot in them, but this focus on the nuances and the various specialties, especially combined with the profiler and the profiling and this technology that allows you to have your nuances represented in your tone and not being so. How would you call it? So rude and digital about it. That's so special, and I really appreciate that this is happening. And thanks to the company for doing that. So try this at home when you get the new. I think it would be public beta, the public beta version. Check out the effects, and when you're completely all over the place with it and overwhelmed, then we'll be back with the next episode where Thomas shows you how to organize all this stuff and what the switching options are. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, then be happy about this and celebrate it. Tell your friends, try this at home, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.